GTA 6 might be coming on its way, Valorant finally explains the anti-cheat system, Sony plans to sell less units of PlayStation 5, and so much more. Welcome to this new episode of Top Gaming News, because this week we got some really interesting news. So let's just jump into it. First news we're going to talk about is ROCKSTAR, but before we talk about GTA 6, we're going to talk about the work conditions of ROCKSTAR, because back in 2018, Kotaku reported that the working conditions of ROCKSTAR were not at all good. In fact, a lot of people were having crunching times. That is, you spend day and night and even weekends to finish working on a game. And ROCKSTAR themselves have told that the working conditions is not sustainable. In the follow-up report, Kotaku has said that ROCKSTAR had a positive impact on their working conditions and they're doing high-profile changes, including the departure of co-founder Dan Houser, but the heads of ROCKSTAR Studios of California and Lincoln, England and more have also been replaced because they were contributing to a negative culture. One of the employees have also said that this feels like a company is working like a company, and some others said that it's overall a much healthier culture. Head of publishing Jennifer Kolb has also said that they're working on ways to make sure that they better predict when the game is going to come out and its DLCs, so that it can allow creative freedom on these really complex games that ROCKSTAR have been making. Now, one of those games that Kotaku also reports is GTA 6, that they will start on production. Now, it seems like GTA 6 will be smaller than the previous GTA games and will have more updates along the way. Now, this is happening because they want to make sure that all the employees will have less pressure or less tension when they're working on the game. And in this way, they will predict a much better release date, as well as they won't have to work so hard on completing this game, because that is right now the #1 priority, is to finish the game. The rumors of GTA 6 have been going on for a long time, and this is the biggest proof of any that ROCKSTAR will be working on GTA 6. And even here, the working conditions will be tested ever since ROCKSTAR has implemented this new working environment whenever the GTA 6 production kicks off. Since we don't know the exact location of GTA 6, let me know in the comments below, where do you want GTA 6 to happen? I mean, I know a lot of people will say India all the way, but maybe somewhere else. Maybe China for a sec. Valorant has been on everyone's mouth ever since the beta came out. Everybody is going on Twitch hoping that they will get a drop to the beta access and play Valorant. But right now people are also complaining about the anti-cheat system, which is also named as Vanguard, which is not the best, since they have found out that this Vanguard starts running the moment you turn on your PC. And it has also all the administrative rights to your PC, which, to be honest, it's frightening. Now, the anti-cheat lead has responded about this concern, saying that this anti-cheat was supposed to be this way because a lot of cheaters were opening their own software before they can launch the game so that they can bypass the anti-cheat system. And with this running beforehand, they won't be able to bypass it as easily. It will be very hard for them, at least. The driver also won't be sending any kind of information to Riot, and the scans will only begin when you're playing the game. There is also an option to uninstall a Vanguard, but if you uninstall that, the game won't be able to play because the game really needs Vanguard. Riot has also given details on the kernel driver, saying that it at some point will also go to League of Legends. They also talked about other anti-cheat systems such as Easy Anti-Cheat, which is used by Fortnite and Apex Legends, and BattleEye, which is used by Rainbow Six Siege and PUBG, saying that they also do somewhat similar in order to make sure that they can protect their game from hackers. Now, at this point, they believe that this is the right thing to do because they have the right to protect the games, and that is right. And they're making sure that none of the information, none of your personal information gets leaked or gets out there. No matter what, anti-cheat is actually very important to keep these hackers away. Such as in Call of Duty, you can see we had a lot of hackers, and now Call of Duty has implemented the anti-cheat system that they should have. But Riot Games having this anti-cheat system that starts off with the PC starting as well as having all the administrative right was concerning, because they never talked about this the moment Valorant beta came out, and I think they should have been transparent from the first get-go in order for people to not be so confused and so terrified and blame Riot for having this anti-cheat system that might infiltrate their personal files. Now, that is not the only thing Riot is doing, because Riot has now acquired a new studio called Hypixel Studios, who are making a game named Hytale. The studio was formerly a group of Minecraft modders and now they are a part of Riot. Late 2018 they announced Hytale, which is a co-op RPG fantasy Minecraft type game where you create your own world and go on adventures. It looks very similar to Minecraft, and the sandbox powers in this game is off the charts. It's completely different. Now this is great for a studio like this because they will have more expertise, more budget, more security that will help in the project. Even though this studio has been acquired by Riot, Hypixel Studios will still be working as an independent studio, meaning that the employees of Hypixel Studios will remain the employees of Hypixel Studios and not as Riot employees, as well as the Riot devs won't be working on the Hytale game by Hypixel Studios or vice versa. I think that kind of agreement with Hypixel Studios is really good because they can focus completely on Hytale and they don't have to worry about Riot devs or what Riot creatives are, because all the creative freedom is given to Hypixel Studios. And if you see the trailer of Hytale, that looks absolutely fun, and that is something that I would like to try. Alright, we move on to something really interesting, that is CRYSIS. Yes, CRYSIS is finally coming back, and I can finally say, can it run CRYSIS? Now this initially started as a Twitter account of CRYSIS tweeted out receiving data, and then soon enough it also tweeted out, hey Nomad, are you still there? And then a lot of people were having speculations that a new CRYSIS game is gonna come up, or maybe something else is happening, maybe a CRYSIS remake. But instead we got a CRYSIS remaster. A lot of leaks came out saying that the website was updated for a short amount of time saying CRYSIS remaster, and soon enough CRYSIS did update the website and they also posted down a trailer about CRYSIS remaster. More like a teaser for CRYSIS remaster. Now this game is coming out on PC, PS4, Xbox as well as Nintendo. Now that is a really interesting platform to have CRYSIS on. Not only that, CRYSIS remaster is actually coming on to Nintendo, which is really interesting to see. I don't know how they're gonna pull this off, but well, this could be a magic. Now if I talk about CRYSIS, I think it was ahead of its time when the game came out. A groundbreaking game. The game looked absolutely incredible. The graphics was intense. It was really hard for any PC to actually play the game in 60 FPS in the highest settings possible. It was a time where you would see in YouTube, whenever people buy a new PC or assemble a new PC, the first game that they will test, or the first thing that they will test, is CRYSIS. Now when is CRYSIS remaster coming out? Well, nobody knows because we don't have a date yet, but I'm really excited to see how CRYSIS runs in 1050 Ti. Will probably not run good, but it's worth a try. Well, Apex Legends had a big update that added Bloodhound event. Not only that, it made duos permanent and also added a map rotation between Kings Canyon, Nighttime Kings Canyon and World's Edge. But fans are not happy about this particular map rotation, including me, which I will talk about it a little bit later. Now the reason why they're not happy is because people are not able to grind in Season 4 because the Bloodhound event is in World's Edge only. And it takes a long time to go from Kings Canyon to Nighttime Kings Canyon to then World's Edge, because every map goes for around 1.5 hours long. Now Apex Legends came up with an update saying that they have completely removed the Nighttime Kings Canyon and they have also reduced the Kings Canyon time so that everybody can grind Season 4 in World's Edge. Now how long Kings Canyon will go on for, we don't know. Maybe it could be 1 hour or it could be 45 minutes, but they have definitely reduced it. But I think people will have more fun time in playing World's Edge so that they can grind their rank up with their battle pass. Now if I talk about my personal opinion about this map rotation, I don't think so it's that good, because I wanted it to be like PUBG, where it will throw you to a map which is joinable. For example, it will randomly choose between Kings Canyon and World's Edge and throw you there, or you can select a map that you want to play in and play in that map, similar again to PUBG. And in that way everybody gets their wish. Maybe someone wants to play in Kings Canyon, they can, and if someone wants to play in World's Edge, they can easily without any issues. Now both PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X consoles are yet to come out this year. They don't have any release dates, but I know one thing, that a lot of people are not happy with PlayStation 5 DualSense. But I'll still stand by my opinion saying that PlayStation 5 DualSense controller looks good. It doesn't look bad, it looks good. But it looks like Sony will be selling less copies of PlayStation 5 than usual. Sony is planning to limit its initial production as they're expecting PlayStation 5's ambitious specs to weigh in demand, as they will lead to higher price at launch. The company will be selling around 5 to 6 million copies of PlayStation 5, which is less as compared to PlayStation 4, which sold around 7.5 million units in its first launch. Now the price is also been speculated for PS5 to be around $499 to $549, and right now Sony is also struggling in fixing a price for their own console because of its scarce component, as reported by Bloomberg. Currently, Sony's strategy seems like they want to rely on PlayStation 4 more so that more new users can join PlayStation family and can go towards PlayStation Now or maybe PlayStation Plus while they keep the supply limited for PlayStation 5. Now to be honest, I don't know why they're going with this approach, because PlayStation 5 is a new console, but limiting the amount of production for PlayStation 5 and then relying on PS4 for newcomers, it kind of feels weird, because I don't know why they went for that strategy or that plan. Maybe this might change in the future. But to be honest, I think I did a good job on selecting PS4 over PS5 and didn't wait for that long to buy a PS4, because right now even PS4's price is not bad, it's very good and it's decent, and you can buy PS4 at this moment. And if you want to play the waiting game, you can wait till PS5 launches so that the PS4 price drops even more and you can buy PlayStation 4. Okay, now this is interesting because I don't know how many weeks ago, I talked about a new Batman game coming up and how Warner Brothers wanted to make a new Batman title. But now it seems like there will be a new Batman game, but it will be a soft reboot. Now the only game that did a soft reboot is Call of Duty, because in my opinion, Call of Duty did actually a really good job on soft rebooting the whole franchise based on the campaign. And the reason we are focusing on campaign, because Batman games only focus on campaign. I mean, think about it, if Batman games were multiplayer, it would feel very weird. Similar to how it feels weird that Last of Us actually had a multiplayer. Now talking about Batman, it seems like they're going with the Court of Owls as the storyline. The Court of Owls isn't really a big deal in Batman universe as far as I know, because apparently the Court of Owls have been in Gotham for years and they have been controlling the city for decades. Now interestingly, it has been reported that the game will have a co-op feature. Not only that, this soft reboot will now kick off to a new universe because ROCKSTAR is working on a mysterious new project. Now moreover, this game is supposed to be coming out this fall, which means we might be seeing a lot of new trailers coming for this very game. Not only that, Warner Brothers were actually planning on hosting an E3 presentation for the first time, but since E3 is not happening, they won't be able to do that. So maybe whatever they wanted to reveal on E3 might be revealed in that same time frame. So according to me, I think it's great that they're building a new Batman game. I always wanted a new Batman game where we can actually explore the city in daytime as Bruce Wayne and at nighttime as Batman. Now another thing is, we never had a universe of heroes, because not even Marvel or DC have done that in their games. Marvel surely have made Avengers, there's another Avenger game also coming out, but they never worked on a universe. And also DC has never worked on any universe, they've only worked on Batman games and the Injustice game, which is not basically a universe game, it's all the superheroes in one place and it's basically a fighting game. So it doesn't count as a game which is set in a universe. Now we have always seen a universe built around movies of Marvel and DC, but it will be quite interesting to see if a universe can be built around video games. Well, that is all we have for this magnificent episode of Top Gaming News. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know in the comments below what you think about any of the news we just discussed. And do not forget to hit that like button, click on subscribe if you haven't already, and check out other videos that we post on Gamer Connect on a daily basis. Also follow us on all social media platforms so that you guys can check out amazing stuff that we will be posting every time on our socials, as well as join Gamer Connect community if you haven't already. You can find so many gamers like me and so many more who want to play variety of games and also can play with you. This was me, GaminMadness, and I'll see you guys next time.